I have a couple of announcements just to make to you, and then we can have an informal session afterwards. It's a little boring because we've been a 3G company since before anybody was doing 3G in Europe, because our first network was doing 153 kilobits, which is more than enough for qualifying for 3G. I think it's 144 kilobit is officially 3G standard. So we were the first ones in Europe with 153 kilobit. We were also the first ones in Romania with over 2 megabit by several years with our EVDO network. And now we are introducing another 3G network in order to increase the capacity and the speeds of our system. So the first announcement I'd like to make, and you'll see some of the demos here today, is that we are going to be doing HSDPA, so UMTS. We are not going to be doing CDMA in 2100, and this is mainly due to volumes of equipment and terminals, and the 2100 network will be an overlay on top of our 450 network. So this is a slight change for the company, but at the end of the day, we only look at the service that people are getting and the cost to supply that service. And today the decision was made that the cost and the performance of the service with the frequencies that we have is more easily done with UMTS. So this has a few advantages. One is obviously the speeds are very good because it uses larger channels. It's not that the technology is better or worse or whatever. It's very cost efficient for our customers because the price of HSDPA terminals are coming down very rapidly with the volumes in the whole world. The choice also, which was a problem in the past with Zapp, is very high. Everybody manufactures HSDPA, although it's dominated by 2 or 3 manufacturers, as you will see in the marketplace, but I won't mention the names yet. So this, for example, is a demo of the network. We're running on the live base station in the neighborhood, normal base station, using normal equipment. And we have 3 laptops, 2 or 3 laptops in the back for any of you who want to play with it personally and make sure it's for real. It is definitely for real. We're using USB sticks. The maximum theoretical speed is 7.2, and we're running right now at around 6 megabit when we're streaming from a server. And in the background you see some live TV shows that are being downloaded from a London server. We're not doing anything special, or we didn't pick this restaurant specially. The network is covering parts of Bucharest because we're ahead of schedule on our launch. That's the next topic. I'll come back to this in a second, but the next topic is that we have license obligations for our 3G network. We are ahead of schedule. We are rolling out in 19 cities, which covers a population of about 5.5 million people, which is in excess of our license obligations. And we are doing an overlay of our EVDO network in those 19 cities. Vincenzo is responsible for the whole architecture and the rollout of that network. And even though there are always problems in rolling out, we're ahead of schedule. So we should be completely on schedule to have our whole network up and running during the month of June. But the commercial launch is not yet decided when we will officially launch that. It depends on what our pricing is and some other decisions that we need to make from a marketing point of view. But from a technical point of view, our whole network is up and running, including a completely redesigned backbone, which will allow even more capacity on this network as well as our 450 network. I think while I'm on the topic of networks, we are doing this 3G. I call it 3G because everybody calls it 3G. It's our 2100 rollout. We have a 3G network. It has nationwide capability. We are also increasing substantially our 450 3G network, and that network will cover more and more of Romania because we're doing approximately 50% increase to our network, both in terms of capacity and coverage, which will improve the performance not only in rural areas but also in cities. And we will be substantially expanding our high-speed data product in the suburban and rural areas over the next 18 months. Our focus right now, between now and the end of June, is on the 2100 network, and then starting July 1st, we're focusing on the 450 network between now and Christmas. So that will mean that we will have a product offering for lots of different people, regardless of where they live, regardless of what their habits are, etc. And I think we're all quite excited producing these kind of products. Just to confirm, we're constantly downloading here at around 6 megabit plus, which is fairly good for the system. Theoretically, as I mentioned to you, it's supposed to be 7.2, but theory is only theory. So we're counting on getting performance similar to this in the field, which we are today. And just in order to make sure that we demonstrate things, we are downloading both some information from a server that's on our network so that we can control the environment, but we're also downloading the video, if you want to play the video.
Right now you're the only user of the network.
Right now there are only test users on the network, yeah. But you know, the way we design, data networks are very different than other networks, so the way we design it is the average usage per base station and then how many customers we have. But our networks are designed for data. This is one difference with the HSDPA network that we're doing here. Our network is designed from data from the ground up. We may, at a later date, look at doing voice on this network, but right now that's not what we're planning to do. So the mentality in designing a network is very different than a voice network. You'll see some of the 3G networks are very good until you start really going at it on data. They run into problems in either the backhaul, which surprises everybody. I mean, the capacity that you need in a good data network is 10 times more in the backbone than you need for a voice network. Voice hardly uses any capacity whatsoever when related to data. I mean, we're downloading at 6 megabit and the voice channel is 9.6 kilobit. Right? So that gives you an idea of the difference. But you know, we have a lot of experience in Romania in the usage based on our EVDO network and the 1X network. What's surprising is we have a lot of people who want to buy a lower speed, lower price service. So we're going to try a higher speed, lower price service soon.
Lansarea comercială a serviciilor 3G este așteptată undeva în toamna anului 2008. Asta în condițiile în care noi considerăm de asemenea că vitezele pe care le oferim încă sunt satisfăcătoare pentru răspund cu succes cererilor.
Și o veți lansa în București sau undeva la țară? Sau
lansarea efectivă?
Cum a făcut RCSRDS, da, într-un oraș mai mic?
Deci, nu. Odată ce avem lansare comercială, asta înseamnă că serviciile vor fi disponibile în toate cele 19 orașe.
Ok, dar în prezent, la momentul ăsta, mai sunt 2 luni.
Așa.
Câte orașe?
Deci la acest moment avem 11 orașe care au cel puțin o stație instalată. Săptămâna viitoare, din aceste 11 orașe, un număr de orașe vor fi acoperite în întregime. Dar nu vom, cum se spune, nu va fi o lansare în sensul că București este acoperit și acum facem lansarea. Pentru că nu are sens. Considerăm că ca să oferi un serviciu viabil, tu trebuie să vii cu o acoperire. În telefonia mobilă totul se reduce la acoperire. Ori dacă vii cu un singur oraș, nu considerăm că serviciul este tentant pentru nimeni. Deci până la 30 iunie 2008, Zapp își va onora obligațiile din licență, respectiv acoperire totală 3G în 19 cele mai mari orașe din România. Putem să vi le și spunem care sunt. Vicentiu, mă ajuți aici?
Deci, începând de la București. București, Pitesti, Craiova, Timisoara, Arad, Oradea, Satu Mare, Baia Mare, Cluj, Brasov, Târgu Mureș, Sibiu, Buzau, Ploiesti, Constanta, Buzau, Constanta, Ploiesti am spus, da? Braila, Bacau, Iasi. Câte sunt?
Cred că sunt 19. Sunt 19. Deci astea sunt orașele care până la 30 iunie va exista rețea 3G funcțională. Asta nu înseamnă că poate să vină cineva să se aboneze la serviciu.
Da, numărul de clienți Zapp, se poate să știe și noi măcar
la ultimul număr, nu, îl veți afla în iunie 2008, când se vor face publice rezultatele ANRC Studiu, ANRC TI. Numărul de clienți Zapp, ultimul făcut public, este 500.000 iulie 2007.
Și de ce nu faceți public?
Pentru că avem privilegiul de a fi companie privată. Asta înseamnă că nu trebuie să ne dăm cifrele publice.
ZTA nu se ocupă de implementarea acestei
ZTA este furnizorul de echipament. The value of the contract with ZTA is not public.
It's not public.
It's a strategic partnership. It's very important to us, but it's not a public number.